Hey guys, welcome back. Scott here with a new beer dissection video. What I have today, and I'm sure again I'll have it always over my shoulder, from Troegs Brewing Company, which I believe is out of Hershey or Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Their Perpetual IPA. Okay. They do have some more information than most breweries have on their bottles, but 7.5% alcohol, 85 IBUs. So we're kind of sitting double IPA territory. They do advertise the hops: Bravo, Chinook, Mount Hood, Nugget, Citra, Cascade. So a medley of hops there. Some of them are Pacific Northwest. So I'm guessing this is going to be maybe drinking a little bit more like a West Coast IPA, but we'll see. So that's pretty much it. So Perpetual IPA, Troegs Brewing Company. They make a lot of good beers. Not the first beer that I've had from them. I don't recall having this. I may have had it a few years ago, because I think this is a staple they have in their repertoire of beers. So, but again, I don't recall having. I don't recall. It definitely was before I started this beer channel. I had this beer, so I definitely wasn't evaluating it. I probably wasn't even studying for Cicerone and stuff like that at the time. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open, which I just did off camera, and let's pour this out. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Very nice, about inch, pretty dense white head. The bubbles are pretty tight in there. There's one area that looks like it's more like soda bubbles, but the other side's looking more like that crema effect that I always say, like if you make a nice fresh espresso with a nice pot. Nice machine, at least I should say, not the pot. We got this kind of dark gold, light amber color, chill haze there, but no big deal nowadays with the copious amounts of hops that are being used, especially dry hopping. Getting a chill haze is not uncommon. And sometimes, again, they're using oats and wheat to, and again, I don't know the grist on here, so I couldn't tell you for certain if that's what they're doing, but sometimes I'll give some more protein content in the beer. But looks pretty nice. All right, guys. We got some citrus. Getting kind of like a tangerine, orange, some white grape, and some pine. So that would make sense with some of the Pacific Northwest hops. On the malt, it's kind of like a light bread crust. Even getting something too. I'm trying to pick up if I'm getting a little lime, but again, it is citrus. But again, it's a tangerine, maybe even some stone fruit, peach. If I take a longer sniff. Okay, guys, cheers. Let's take a swig of this. Pretty high carbonated. Again, getting kind of that peachy, tangerine flavors. Again, still kind of a bread crust, light toast type of malt profile. Assertive bitterness. This has definitely got some bitterness to it. But what's nice about it does have some malt backbone, so you're not just drinking like a chewy hop bomb. Kind of medium bodied. Again, on the aftertaste, I kind of get left with that citrus tangerine. Somewhat floral too. But again, tangerine, stone fruit like peach, kind of mixed together, melded together. Pretty nice. The bitterness is actually hitting me a little bit more on that third sip I just took. Pretty nice. Definitely sitting, because of the pronounced bitterness and assertive bitterness, actually, I got to say this is leaning more West Coast IPA. Not to say American IPAs can't be that way, but definitely this is not a New England hazy, juicy IPA, okay? A lot more bitterness. Remember, that's the big thing that besides the visual appearance of a beer, the New England IPA is usually cloudier, the West Coast IPA usually is going to have a lot more pronounced bitterness and or assertive bitterness to it. But anyway, guys, pretty nice. Not too much negative to say about this. Pretty well balanced. So if you're looking for a nice kind of a West Coast / American IPA with some pine, orange notes, tangerine, if you want to say that, with some stone fruit, kind of like peach, maybe even a little apricot, because it's kind of gives you that orange kind of character to it. Good assertive bitterness. I would definitely check this one out. Perpetual IPA from Troegs Brewing Company. But again, if you're looking for a New England hazy, juicy, and you're looking for something that's like a grapefruit bomb and or like mango tropical fruit, I don't get that much character of tropical fruit character there. And this does drink a little drier than that. There's not a lot of residual sweetness, but definitely assertive bitterness to it. So if you don't like assertive bitterness and you kind of like more of a less bitter fruit bomb, you may want to lean New England IPA, but this beer is right up my alley. Grade-wise, I'm going to give it a good A-. I hate to always say minus. Sometimes it gives a negative connotation to the beer, but I think there's room to maybe be a little bit more fruity on the palate. But overall, it's pretty solid. I'm going to call it a West Coast IPA. So anyway, guys, beer dissection today, Troegs Brewing Company, Perpetual IPA. Okay, there. I would definitely recommend it A-, especially if you like your beers with a little bit bolder bitterness. And that's that. All right, guys. Till the next beer dissection video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.